Hello everyone, this is Matthew Frailey with BreakpointTrades.com. First off, I hope everyone has had a wonderful and relaxing Thanksgiving weekend. I'm actually recording this late on Thanksgiving. It's about 11 p.m. I've had enough of my fill of football and eating and whatever. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys some cool things we're developing here for the website. So I put out a post here on the trading community. And I'll also email this out, but make sure to read this post. And we provide 3 links here. But basically, and again, if you've been following the trading community, you know this what we've been working on. So as far as say the KISS type systems that you see every day for the website, these are not like the reversion to mean systems that have done a lot of trades this year, like that we send out for SPY and ES. Every day in the newsletters we show KISS daily trend systems for the S&P and triple Qs. And again, once in a while I show them for individual stocks. But it's been a popular feature of the website. I developed these KISS trend systems as kind of a way to, they're long only. They were more designed for 401k. They give these ratcheted trailing type stops, so they give you protection, allow you to avoid market crashes, kind of like you see here on the S&P back in early 2020. The DVT, we're going to rename these, by the way, STS, Smart Trailing Stop. It would have got you out way up here. You'd avoid the crash. The system would have got back in long here, continually raised the smart trailing stops up. You get stopped out here, you get back in here, you get out here, you get back in here, blah, blah, blah. So it's done very well. And what we've done here is to give you guys access to a lot more of this data instead of just on the S&P and triple Qs. And that's what's really what I went to show you. So if we look at my post here right in the trading community, we've added the KISS systems to all the stocks in the Dow Jones, so all 30 Dow Jones stocks, all 500 stocks in the S&P 500, all the stocks in the Nasdaq 100. And we're probably also going to add a list of, I think, 100 of the top ETFs as well. So let's pull up one of these quickly. So here's the list of the Dow Jones. And what's nice about these guys, so on the website, as you know, in the newsletters, when I would show these KISS systems, I have to take a screenshot. I have to upload it to the website. That's why I can only do a few of these. Keep a few of these updated, because it's just too much work if I were to do a ton of these. So we needed to come up with some sort of automated way to give you data, and so that's what we've done. We've been able to build these, have all these charts in TradeStation, and then each day automatically they spit out the KISS information to these tables. So again, as I stated, we're renaming the DVT as STS. That's Smart Trailing Stop. So here's all the stocks for the Dow Jones, for example. There's 30 stocks. So you have again, STS, Smart Trailing Stop. You have the close, also the percentage away that price is from that trailing stop. Also, a cool feature we added was the Demark count. A lot of you really like the Demark counts. They can get kind of useful. Demark 9 sequences, 13 sequences, a lot of times can mark inflection highs and lows in the market, as you can see right here. And so we've added that to the table. So you can see the Demark count in all 30 of the Dow stocks. By the way, each of these, you can click the header and sort. So if I look right here, IBM, for example, has a Demark 13. So that, that tells me, hey, that's pretty extended. Maybe I'll look for a short on it. And what's the current stop? 140.50. Let's go ahead and put IBM into the KISS chart here. So here's the daily KISS IBM chart, and you can see KISS system went long back here in late October. And it's since that time, it's added, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 new DVT or new STS high or low stops. You can see there's Demark 13 right now. So also with the doji here, it's probably extended. It's pretty separated away from its DVT, so it's probably due, might be to get a quick short out of it. But the cool thing is, like I said, you have that DVT listed right here, or STS, Smart Trailing Stop. Okay? So again, very useful data, and we're also going to add more things here. We may add the amateur hour. We're also going to try to make a way where we can actually plot these for you as well. So you, instead of just seeing a table, you could actually click and get a plot. Also on the symbol, if you click here, this links you to Yahoo Finance. Okay. But let me go back to that post. So here's the S&P 500 charts. And again, it will contain all 500 of the S&P 500 charts. So all the information from the smart trailing stops, even shows you the previous one, but that's the current one, the close, the percentage away, the current Demark counts, are you above the ATR or not, are the systems long or flat. Okay. By the way, interesting, if I sort by Demark, I actually found a couple of stocks that are pretty ridiculous here that have a Demark 30 count. So they're very extended. Okay. It's obviously kind of an outlier, but you know, it's kind of a neat thing. And here's the Nasdaq 100 stocks. Again, you have all 100 of them here. So, and you can also search. There's a search box here. So let's say you're long Apple. You want to know where it's suggesting a smart trailing stop. Actually, there's not one. So the KISS system would not be long Apple at this time, for example. What about Microsoft? So Microsoft, it lists a stop of 227.90. So that's where the stop is. So again, remember this is guide. These are just guides, but an idea of the systems, this DVT, the STS is, you know, they could be some sort of trailing stop or an idea for a stop if you were long and you wanted one. Okay. But again, it's pretty cool to be able to see all this information for all these major stocks. You can see where the smart trailing stop suggestion is, if the KISS system is long, what the Demark count is, and again, we're going to be adding other things. So feel free to play around with this. Realize it's not complete at all. It's one of the new features we're going to be adding to the website. So again, it's still very early beta, but we plan to add new things. For things like the S&P 500 themselves, as you know, there's only 2 DVTs currently. System went long here on, what date is this? October 28th. You can see it went long back here. But you'll be able to see all that in the table now. You'll be able to see what that current DVT is. So whenever the S&P generates hopefully a third DVT up here, raise the stop. STS, I'm so used to calling them DVTs, guys, STS, it'll show up on the table. Okay. Again, for the indexes, we view us in a bear market. Now, again, not everything's in a bear market, guys. Some things like some of these commodities, some individual stocks, XLE Energy, for example, which is the energy ETF, and oil services, they're in a bull market. They've been in a bull market all year, and you can see how well the DVTs have done for that, or the KISS system has done for that. Remember, the KISS system is designed, it was initially designed for bull markets, keeping you in a trade in bull markets. Well, the XLE sector is in a bull market, and so you can see how well it's done. Current DVT is 86.70. Let's go and see. Remember 86.70? Actually, I was going to show you where the DVT was on here, but this is for stocks. We haven't added the ETFs yet. We will be adding it to the list. Okay. But again, I think it's going to be a very useful feature for many of you because it gives you some sort of, methodology for some sort of stop exit plan if you want to use those for all those individual stocks. A lot of you have been requesting for so long that we expand the KISS systems away from just the S&P and triple Qs, and this is kind of a way to do it. All right. So now, last thing, let me show you some of the KISS systems in action here. So here's XLE Energy. By the way, remember I talked about XLE and energy entering into a bull market back in December of last year, so over a year ago. So let's see how the KISS system here would have done. I'll show you, I'll play this in real time and you can see this developing. So right now, what is this? This is September 2021. So we're going to go ahead and let this play. You can see what the system's doing here. So you can see the system went long here, 914. There's the DVT. New DVT, new DVT. A third, a fourth DVT. Fifth. Sixth. So very profitable trade if you took this here. I'm just showing, it's kind of neat to watch the playback on this so you can see these develop in real time versus just looking at a static chart. Here you can go see it going sideways. Oh, there you would hit your DVT or your trailing stop here. And you'd be in cash. Oh, takes another long here. What is this, December? Technically, you would have stopped out here. Remember, this is December last year. So that would have been a losing trade there, but system goes back long here, early January right here. That's obviously a very nice profitable trade for higher low stops. Another thing some folks ask me is, you'll see sometimes here the price will go a little below the DVT and then recover. So that's one of those things you just have to decide what you're going to do with if you're following this. For you could either just use the DVTs on a closing basis, which in this case you would not stop out. Or if it were to hit the DVT intraday and if it were to close back above it, you stop out and you go back long again. It'd be kind of your choice, but you can see how nice this trade was. Long from here, and it's still long like 3 months later. We're now entering into April of this year. Still long. So it's looks like at least 10 DVT STS higher low stops. Again, I got to rename this obviously. Technically, you would have stopped out here, and you could see the system then went right at itself and went right back long here. Again, this sector is in a bull market. I stated it was going to be in a bull market late last year, and that's been the case. Some initial wide STS is here, but kept you in. June now of this year. Look at all these higher low stops. Boom, technically you could have been stopped out here. So in June, and then you'd be flat, system would be flat, you'd be now waiting for the next entry. The price bouncing off this support cycle a little bit. System's still flat, from flat back here over a month now. Back long here now. What was that? July 19th. Initial wide stop, second stop, third stop, higher low stop. Got close, didn't stop out. Fourth higher low stop. Fifth, sixth. September now. Again, an example here, you can see it recovered. Do you stop out here or do you just wait for the close? It's kind of your choice. Here, obviously, you would have been stopped out. System's flat. What is this, September? System goes back along here, early October, and we know this was obviously a good trade because the energy sector really rocketed from here to the end. 4 higher low stops, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's it. So now we're at current time, and you can see the system is still long, obviously. Very nice, profitable trade. So you can see how well, this being in a bull market, how well it's done. That's where these KISS trend systems shine, is in bull markets. And like I said, this is going to be a pretty cool feature because, you'll be able to pull up and look at what any stock in the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, and we're going to include about 100 ETFs as well. Again, still got a lot of work to do on these tables, and we hope to add charting capability, but there you go, guys. There's some initial look at this. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Friday, the half day. Hopefully most of you aren't here. Hopefully most of you are doing other things. All right. Have a good Friday and the rest of your weekend. Take care.